Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Dicky, and I am so happy to be here with you guys today. And I hope you all are doing okay. And yeah, I'm just so happy that I was able to shoot the final part of this journey. And if you're new here, if you're just getting to discover this channel, welcome, honey. And please show your girl some love, subscribe, like, share, and enjoy. Have a good time. Yeah, so like I promised last time in our last video, I said I was gonna make the final part of the whole experience thing. And in this final part, that is part 3, I won't really be talking about so many things. And I think I already said that in the previous video. And like I said before, if you're new here and you're a little bit confused, you don't know what's going on, honey, you just have to go back and watch part 1, part 2, and you come back here before you understand what is going on here. And yeah, I would just go straight to it. And I jotted a few points, yeah, because I mean, there's so many things, and I didn't want to get confused along the way. And I also do not want to make a long video like I promised you guys last time. So I'm going to make this very brief. And so I jotted down a few points, and I will just read each point. And if there's a point that I have to throw more light on it, of course I'll do that. Okay, let's get on with it. So like I said in the previous video, I was going to give you guys tips for those who plan on coming to China, and for those who are already in China, that is the newbies, those that just got to China and they're still trying to settle in and stuff like that. But I will start with those that are planning to come to China. Yeah. And the first point, I said the first, the first point on my list is make sure you have a plan. Yeah. Why are you coming to China? Are you coming for studies? Are you coming for work? Are you coming for tourism? Are you coming for business? You know, what's your plan? Yeah, you should think about that first before thinking of coming to China. Yeah, that's the first. And the second is, in fact, if you're coming for studies, I'm going to throw more light on studies because I mean, I'm a student, and I have more experience in the student life and stuff like that. So if you're coming for studies, you have to do some basic research. You know, like I said earlier in the previous videos, I insisted more on the fact that you need to do basic research about China. Most importantly, the school you're applying to. You know, if you're applying to any university, you should do basic research about the city in which the school is found in. Is it in the capital of the country? Is it in the economic capital of the country? Is it in the outskirts? Is it in the rural areas? You know, do that, and also check out the weather, what kind of food and stuff like that. Yeah. And also, each school, this is the third point actually, each school has websites. You know, whatever school it is that you're applying for, they all have their official websites. And the reason why I'm saying this is because oftentimes we don't trust ourselves enough to like do our own things by ourselves. We always feel like for things that concern school, especially in abroad, we should look for like an agent and stuff like that. Honey, my 5 years being in China has taught me that there are certain things that you could literally do it by yourself without going and looking for some agent and stuff like that. Because these agents, out of 100% of agencies here in China that help students to come here, I can assure you that only 10% of them are actually genuine. And when I say genuine, genuine in the sense that they go through the stress of explaining to you the good and the bad, you know, like giving you everything detailing. Most agencies will just want to I don't know, sell you that dream, make you feel how to say it? They just want to make you like apply through them and pay the money and stuff like that. But I just feel like it's not right, you know, because sometimes they don't tell these students exactly what they're supposed to know. And when these students get here, they're frustrated and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's better if you're coming here for studies, be it scholarship or self-sponsor, I would advise that you go look for the official websites of this school and apply. As long as you have the exact documents, as long as you have the required documents, trust me, you're good to go. You know, you do not need an agent. Trust me. Maybe the only time you need an agent is when maybe you're busy, you cannot follow up the documents by yourself, and so you need to find someone to do it for you. But otherwise, if you have all the time in the world to follow the application and stuff like that, it's preferable you do it by yourself. Don't look for somebody else, you know. And it's even more better if you have family here. If you have like cousins, nephews, brothers or sisters, or anybody here, or a friend, I would rather advise you go through those people, because at least they will tell you, like they'll give you some background knowledge. They'll even help you to tell you your school is in which city, is it a good city, or stuff like that. Yeah. And yeah. And the next point is, when applying, if at all you've applied successfully and you've gotten an admission into a school, trust me, they're going to send you the required documents that you need to take to the Chinese embassy in your country to carry out the procedures and stuff like that. So when you're being sent these documents, in order for them to send you these documents, they are going to send you an email, and you should always check your email. Check your spam mail or your junk mail, always refresh the page, because usually they send you emails and they want to like confirm your address, if they should send it here or there and stuff like that. And the second thing is, when they have sent the documents to you, after you must have collected them and you've gone through the whole procedure, like you're now ready to embark on your journey to come to China, please make sure that you have all of the documents on you when coming to China, especially the admission letter and the JW form. These two are so important. Usually when you get here at the Chinese airport, that's the first thing they ask you at the airport. When you get there, they'll be like, so you come here for studies? You're like, yeah, what's the proof? And so you need to bring out that document and show to the Chinese people. We've had cases of people that came here and they couldn't show proof of what school they're going to or stuff like that, and they were being sent back. Yeah, seriously. So when you're traveling, carry all of your documents, especially the documents that were being sent to you by the school. You need that. Yeah. And yeah, learn a skill. This is the next point. Learn a skill. I think I already mentioned this in the previous video. When you're coming here, you need to learn a skill, and you need to learn a skill, guys. And I'm going to list a few skills that I think comes in handy here in China. That's very useful. If you know how to do these things, I bet you as a student, you're going to support yourself financially with this. The first is hairdressing for girls. It not only girls. If you're a guy, you know how to do hairdressing, the braids, wig installation, anything that has to do with hairdressing, giving someone a haircut. If you learn this, if you already know how to do this, trust me, it's going to come in handy when you get here to China. It's going to help you. It's going to go a long way. Yeah. And the next is cooking. If you're somebody that you're good at cooking, not just your country's food, like you love cooking stuff, baking, some little things, snacks and stuff like that. If you're good at that, welcome, honey, because it's going to go a long way in helping you. Yeah, because a lot of Africans here in China who work, who go to school, and they barely have time to cook for themselves. So usually they like ordering food, and they don't like ordering Chinese food. They like ordering African homemade food. And if you can cook, trust me, you're going to make yourself some money, because you cook and people are going to order food from you. And yeah. And the next one is, if you know how to do, if you're a makeup artist, you know how to do makeup. You also know how to do lash extensions. You know how to do nails. If you're a lash tech, a nail tech, you know how to do makeup. Welcome, honey, because the African girls here in China need this. And not all cities have people like this. In some cities, you basically do not have somebody that can do makeup or lash extensions or nails and stuff like that. So yeah. And the last one, if you are a business person, yeah. When I say business, in the sense that maybe before coming to China, you had a shop, you're a shop owner, you sell clothes, shoes, and stuff like that. Welcome to China, because China, they have like thousands, like they have good clothes, shoes, and stuff. So you could literally buy them at cheaper prices and send them back home to sell and make some money. Yeah. And the last on my list for those that are still to get into China is, and this is actually the most important. Instead of bringing clothes, like if you finally got the visa and you're doing some preparations to come to China and stuff like that, instead of filling your traveling box with like clothes, shoes, don't do that. Trust me, here in China, you have a lot of clothes and shoes. Like, you're gonna buy them and wear them and get tired of them. Every season, you literally need to change your clothes and stuff like that. So bring African food. Or if you're not an African, if you're from another country, another continent, just bring things that you know that you might likely not find them here in China. Bring them, guys. It could be seasonings, it could be some snacks that you love eating back home, food, bring it, guys, because trust me, within the first 3 months or 6 months that you'll be trying to settle in and stuff like that, usually out of 100%, like 80% of the people have a hard time eating Chinese food when they first get here. And so you need your African food, or you need your hometown's food to at least help you settle in while you're still trying to eat Chinese food, So yeah, don't fill your boxes with shoes and clothes and all of that. There are a lot of them here. Bring African food, bring your hometown's food, and thank me later. Yeah, so that's it for people that are still to get into China. Now let's go to, that's for people that are already in China but they just got in, like the newbies and stuff like that. The first of my point is, the first and the most important, try your best to learn the language. Trust me, if you're already here in China, if it's been 3 months, 6 months, or a year, and you're still trying to see if you should focus your attention on learning the language, yes, you should, because learning the language is going to help you solve at least 35% of your problems here in China. I say this with my full chest. Oh, I say this with my full chest because, guys, if you know how to speak the language, you literally feel like a big load has been taken off, like from your back, because unlike your other friends that will be having a hard time going to the hospital or going to the bank or going to the supermarket, each time they have to go to the hospital they need to find a Chinese friend, you're going to find yourself doing all of these things by yourself, and life is easier this way. So if you just got to China and you're still thinking if you should focus your attention on learning the language, yeah, you should, honey. It's important. It's important to you and also to your life, and it's going to make your life easier. Yeah. Next point is, make good use of the skills you learned back home, because here it's true that people do 9 to 5 jobs, part-time jobs. They do that hidingly and stuff like that. But guys, it's risky. I cannot advise you that get here. And I know some people, because of the condition that they left home, there's like a lot of pressure on you, family members looking up to you. And so you just feel like you need to put yourself out there. But when taking this risk, you need to look at the bigger picture, Take, for instance, if you had borrowed a lot of money before coming to China, do you really think that putting yourself at risk in order to balance that money is worth it? What if you get caught and you haven't even made half of the amount you borrowed? You see? Because working here in China for students is illegal. It's illegal. And so make use of the skills that you learned. If you're a cooker, if you're a hairdresser, if you're a makeup artist, make good use of that. If you live in the dormitory or you have in your apartment outside, make a flyer, send it out there. Tell people, oh guys, I do this. I am a nail tech, I am a lash tech, I do makeup, I braid hair, I cook, and trust me, you will have customers. And make good use of that first before trying to see if you can, find some part-time jobs around. And you have to be super careful about that. And usually I would advise that you should try with online jobs, because at least you can do that at the comfort of your home. But if you really want to rush into getting out there and trying to do part-time jobs, it's so risky, because first, you just got here to China, you're not used to the environment, and so you don't know there are certain traps out there that you might fall in, and you do not even know. So if you ask me, it's better you make good use of the skills you learned. And also, if you at all you feel like it's not giving you enough money, try to do online jobs, because at least online jobs are a little bit safer. You can do it at the comfort of your home. And yeah, next point is, oh, for those that are already here, if you're doing an undergraduate program or a master's program or PhD, usually at the end, in your final year, you'll be given, like, your school gives you the opportunity to go out there and do internship. And usually this works as an added advantage to you, because the company in which you go do the internship in, if you're of good behavior, if you work well and you comport yourself well, usually this company, before you want to end the contract, they'll even propose to you if you would love or if you would like to come work with them after your graduation. I've had a lot of friends that have been offered such opportunities, and from that time their life changed. So yeah, there's a chance, there's a way for you to work, and you just do it the right way. Yeah. The next point, if you came to China for a language program or even a degree program or anything, please don't listen to your friends or people that have been here before you. Do not take absence from classes. Do not skip classes, you know. Go to class, because the last thing you want is for you to get here and you're not going to school, and you have, like, you're drawing the attention of the immigration. Trust me, when the Chinese immigration starts calling you or visiting the school and noticing that you, this particular student, you've not been going to school and stuff like that, it's bad. It's bad for you. Bad in the sense that usually when the next semester comes, or maybe the next year that you have to go and renew your visa, they usually think twice about you. They'll be like, you don't even go to school, and so why should we keep you here? Why should we continue giving you the visa? So go back home, you know. So try as much as possible to go to school. And even if you want to take absence from school, it shouldn't be that much. Like, you go a whole week without going to school. No, don't do that. Yeah. And yeah, next point. The next point is respect the Chinese laws and regulations. Oh my God, I can't emphasize much on this. Like, I can't stress enough on this. You need to respect the laws and regulations here, which are like, don't get into fights. Don't get into arguments with the Chinese people. Trust me, you can never win against these people. You're in their country. You can never win against them. Even if you're right, they will always turn it in such a way that you're at fault, especially if you're an African. So to save yourself the stress and trouble, don't get into any arguments or any fights with Chinese people here. Just avoid them. Just avoid them, you know, and it's going to make your life easier. Yeah. And also the next point is, if you have the opportunity to make meaningful friendships, like make friends with your teachers or your classmates, your colleagues, do it, guys. I'm talking out of experience. Having a good relationship with your teacher or your classmate or your colleague goes a long way to help you. You might not even know it at the start when you guys are into the friendship and stuff like that. But in the long run, you actually find these people, especially when a Chinese person likes you, like likes you genuinely, not because she has to benefit something from you. She will literally put her life on the line for you. She will literally go out of her way to help you in everything. So if you have the opportunity, if you have the chance to make meaningful friendships with either your teacher, your classmate, or anything, do it, guys, and you won't regret it. Trust me. Next point is, if you're financially stable, like if you get here and you're not that tight on finances and stuff like that, I would advise that you just don't stay in your city. Like, if you got to China and maybe you're based in Beijing, don't just stay in Beijing, you know. Travel, go to other cities in China, visit other cities, other provinces, and have fun and, you know, learn about China. Because the more you travel, the more you meet new people, you learn about new things, and yeah, it's a win-win for you. And the next point is, if you're an entrepreneur before coming to China, welcome. Yeah, this particular point is important. If you're an entrepreneur, entrepreneur, yeah, if you're an entrepreneur and you coming to China, welcome, because I mean, China is a business country. Anything that has to do with business, trade, come to China and you won't regret it. So yeah. Next point is, and this is actually the last point, stay true to yourself. This is like my own advice to you. Yeah. Take it as an elder sister, an older sister giving you advice, even if you're older than me and you're watching this. Anyway, I'm giving you my own piece of advice. Stay true to yourself during your stay in China. Yeah. I don't know, but stay true to yourself, guys. And always remind yourself of where you come from. Like, in everything you do here in China, as long as you stay true to yourself, as long as you always remind yourself where you're coming from, as long as you always remind yourself what brought you here in the first place, trust me, you won't go astray. I know why I'm saying this, and those who have been here for long will know why I'm saying this. And those that just got here, as time goes by, you will understand why I'm saying this. And so, yeah, that's it. That's the final point. And yeah, and that's it for today's video. And how to say this? The points, the tips that I just gave you guys are the ones that I could think, you know. And those that are already in China, those that have been in China for so many years and they're watching this, if you feel like there are some points that I left out that are equally important as well, feel free to drop them in the comment section, because those that will be reading the comments will also learn. Because at the end of the day, the whole point of doing this is for people to learn, you know. And yeah, and yeah, guys, that's it for for my experience as an African in China. This is the end of the story. It's been such a journey explaining my experiences to you guys, and yeah, I'm so happy that I had the chance to do this. And I know and I believe and I hope that anyone that comes across my video, the part one, the part two, and this one, at least will learn something, you know. And if you learn something, that's the whole point of me doing it. And yeah, that's all that matters. And thank you guys so much for the support. I have been seeing the numerous supports that you guys have been giving to me, liking my videos, sharing, subscribing. Like, I can't thank you guys enough. And for those who come to my channel, to my page, just to watch and see what I'm up to, but you don't like, you don't do anything, there's no problem. I will keep posting, and I will keep hoping that someday a particular content that I'm going to post is going to push you to subscribing to my channel and liking my videos. Okay, guys, that's it. And yeah, bye. Mwah.